Hi, I'm Sarah Waggle. I'm an astrologer and a leadership coach, and I just wanted to give you a disclaimer that the following information is not to be taken as medical, legal, or financial advice. Please seek out those professionals as needed. I am simply an astrologer looking at planets and transits and letting you know what the energies suggest. That being said, if you would like to work with me one-on-one, you can click the consultations link below. I offer wellness astrology consultations where I can look at your natal charts and let you know what best nourishment or movement would best support your natal chart. I also offer the sun, moon, rising consultation. If you're brand new to astrology and you just want to get to know those main quote big three areas of your chart, that can be very supportive. I also offer a full chart consultation if you want a full chart reading, of course, and single transit consultation. So right now we are in Sagittarius season where we will have a Mercury retrograde, the start of a Mars retrograde, and the new moon in Sagittarius and the full moon in Gemini. Any of those transits or any other transits can be a single transit reading. And so if you're just experiencing something weird and maybe you want an explanation, that would be the single transit reading. So, anywho, that's what I have. And welcome to Sagittarius season. Let's get into the content. Thank you so much for being here. Please feel free to click the like button, leave me a comment, let me know that you're here, say hi, and I appreciate you so much. And I'll talk to you later. Hello, welcome to Wellness Astrology for this moon in Taurus. This is December 11th through the 13th, I think, I hope. Okay, before I get into this, yes, I know you just heard my little intro blur, but I have a new offer for you. And the link will be in the description. I might also post a link in the my community section on my page, but this is a 30-minute free call. It's called AstroGoals, and you can pick one part of your chart, your sun, your moon, your rising, your Venus, your Mercury, or your Mars, one of those placements to get 30 minutes to chat about it with me. So if you want that, hop on the link, schedule it, all of the things. So, yeah, so more coming. I am fresh off of a week of coaching because I quarterly participate in my own coaching just to keep myself, high frequency, high vibe, all of those things. But just kind of keep myself in check in or in alignment and all of those things. So quarterly, I participate in coaching, and so as my part of that was that I came up with this AstroGoals, and I'm really excited. I think when I got into astrology, I studied my moon and my rising for like 6 months straight, just learning that part because it made so much sense to me once I understood it. And now I get called out by my astrology friends, like, stop being such a Scorpio moon. So you can learn a lot from, if you're like a sun sign in, I don't know, if you're a sun in Leo, but you have a, I don't know, let's say a Taurus moon or a Virgo moon, that can change your how you need to be for yourself. And so a lot of things you can learn from just knowing your personal planet placement. So your sun, your moon, your rising, or your sun or your moon or your rising or your Mercury or your Venus or your Mars. So one of those six. Anyway, okay, so you get the picture. Link is below. Link is in the community section to sign up for the free AstroGoals call. Okay, Taurus moon. Venus opposite Mars, Venus in Aquarius, just coming off of her conjunction to Pluto. Very similar conjunction to February 16, 17, 18 of earlier this year. So maybe something's resurfacing. But this time she's coming into an opposition with Mars in Leo, who has stationed retrograde. And so what I feel with this, especially we have Mercury getting ready to go direct here in a few days. Plus, we have a full moon in Gemini here in a few days. And so what I'm really feeling with this moon in Taurus, this is an exalted moon. The moon loves being in Taurus. Taurus is a Venus sign. This is kind of that, like, you get to be interested in multiple things. Um, and I've thought for a long time, like, and I know there's people out there who work the same job day to day, blah, 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 for 40 years. And there's nothing wrong with that. But I feel like for most of us, that's not, we don't like that. We don't do the same job for 40 years. We got to keep changing it up. We got to keep, evolving and keep leveling up in all of the things. And so there may be, that type of thing for you where you may be feeling like, okay, I really love this job, but I also want to make money doing this, or I want to have that time for that hobby doing whatever it is, right? So I think this might also lead us into changes in social media, because here's what I'm gonna say about the TikTok ban. I don't think it's gonna happen. That's just my thought. I don't think it's gonna happen. But what I would love to see with TikTok and with YouTube is that people stop exploiting their children and making millions of dollars to blast their children's personal private info on the internet. That's what I would love to see. I don't want the platforms to go away because personally, I love YouTube. I like TikTok, but I would like to see people get what they get taken down who exploit their children for money. And there are people out there making millions and millions of dollars blasting their children on the internet. So that shit needs to stop. Anywho, so I digress. But that shit makes me mad. And if you get down the rabbit hole of parents who exploit their children, you would probably be a little pissed off too. Anyway, so but what I feel with this moon in Taurus and this time that we're moving into, especially with Pluto now in Aquarius, and eventually we're going to have Uranus and Gemini in July of next year. But I feel like the generic, and by that I mean the general social platforms like Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, all of those things. There's nothing wrong with these platforms, by the way. I'm not any such way about them. I've used all of them at various times, and currently do. But I feel like a lot of people are going to start to move away from them because you're going to want, it's almost like you need to turn down the noise. And the solution may not be to digitally detox, but the solution might be to find the platforms or find the groups that actually align with what you are up to, right? So I'm in a T Discord group, which is Discord. If you don't know, it's like a chat forum group, but it's usually topic specific. Reddit is similar, in that there are forums, but they're topic specific, right? By the way, you can find a lot of Reddit forums on parents who exploit their children. You can also find a lot of other dirt on a lot of people on Reddit. I happen to love Reddit. It's where I go when I want to find some shit on somebody. That's where I'm going, is Reddit. But Discord similarly, right? A lot of gamers use Discord. A lot of groups use Discord. I happen to be in a tea lovers Discord where all we talk about is tea. And yes, we have Facebook groups. Yes, there's, YouTube channels and blah, blah, blah. But I feel like what people are going to start shifting to is specific things related to what they're actually interested in and tune out all of the noise that's on the generic platforms. And so people are starting to use things like locals and school, SKOOLS, or they're creating their own platforms. The Leo King, David Palmer, he's got highvibe.tv, those sorts of things. And he's got a whole like social media community there. Robert Phoenix has a locals group. Joseph Anthony has a schools group where they are building their communities about their astrology. And so there's plenty of these out there. And I feel like what people are going to start doing is shifting from the noise of Facebook and Instagram, because you don't give a shit about the news. You don't give a shit about, so-and-so and who they're zooming and what they're, using Facebook as their journal for and all these things. To tune that out, people are going to start shifting to these platforms that have more of a specific forum or discussion group or whatever. And so I feel like that's kind of the change we're all going to start seeing or wanting for ourselves. And also acknowledging that we all have different interests, right? And so, interest specific type things so that you can really, stay in your own lane and keep out all of the noise of the rest of the world because you don't give a shit anymore. And that's cool. That is, I feel like once we get things moving into Aries, spring of next year, like people are going to start getting a little selfish and a little bit self-centered, self-absorbed. And I feel like this could be in a good way. It's obvious, obviously there's a dark and a light to everything, right? So um it'll go both ways, but people are going to get a little like, you know what, I'm not interested in your discussion about this. I really want to go join this conversation over here that's about something I actually am interested in. And it doesn't mean be closed-minded to other topics. It means like you're going to focus on the things that you are passionate about. And so from a wellness perspective, pay attention to how your body responds to the people you're around, the conversations you're a part of. What happens when you're scrolling Facebook? Do you enjoy it? If you don't enjoy it, stop doing it, right? Stop doing it, right? You get to enjoy life. Find resources, find ways where you can actually socialize and be with people or communicate with. I don't know anybody in the Discord group I'm in. I don't know any of them, but I just bring my tea chatter to that group of people because all I care about is we're chatting about loose leaf tea and do we love it? Do we hate it? What's the fun? Cool tea wear and all of those sorts of things. And, there is a thread in the tea chatter that's about work sucks. I've never been in that thread. I don't care. If your job sucks, that's not my problem. My job's great. Right? I love my job. And so, but this is what I'm saying. Tune out the noise of crap you don't care about. Right. So be aware of how your body is. Are you complaining all the time? If you are complaining all the time, either A, make some changes, or B, start practicing gratitude, right? Yeah, that's what I have. I was going to tell an anecdote, but I'm not gonna. I think it's better for the Gemini full moon to talk about that. But anyway, so feel your freaking body. What do you enjoy? What do you actually enjoy? And if you're constantly complaining about everyday things with regards to who you have to interact with or social media or the work you have to do, if you're constantly complaining about it, either A, find a way to be grateful. If you are making money doing the thing you love to do, be grateful, even though it's going to have its ups and downs and backs and forths. Yes, yes, yes. And what are you grateful for? Are you grateful that you get to do a job that you freaking love? Even if you are one of those people who's done a job that you freaking love for 40 years, good for you. I'm happy for you. Right. I know people like that. It's great. It's not me, but it's great. Right. All right. So what else do I have about this? I think that's it because there's going to be a lot more to talk about with the Gemini full moon coming up. So let's look at the tarot and the cards and see what's going on. I hope everybody's doing wonderful out there. I'm kind of on a high, just because I was in Miracles Week. I was in the coaching thing last week. So made me feel really good. Had some really good chats with my support people. So yeah. So AstroGoals, link below. You can always, get into one of my other consultations. There's nothing wrong with that, but I thought I would try something different, give you a little freebie. Or if you know somebody who is interested in astrology but doesn't know where to get started, sun, moon, rising, just learning your moon, just learning your rising can change the situation. So, all right, let's see what's up with this tarot for this moon in Taurus. Oops. Get my magnifier. Got too much stuff going on my desk. I need to clear the decks. All right, we got the Magician in reverse. Ooh. Geordie LaForge in reverse. Um, I I think people have forgotten. People have forgotten just how powerful they are. This is a Mercury card. Mercury is currently in retrograde, which is probably why this mad magician's in reverse. It's because Mercury is in retrograde. You don't have the answers yet. You're not gonna have the answers yet. But doesn't mean you can't take inspired action. It doesn't mean that you can't do things to move yourself forward. It means that you have to feel it. You gotta feel your body. You really do have to feel into your systems, your digestion. How do you feel? Do your palms get itchy? Do you get antsy? Or are you chill, calm, relaxed? All of the things. um but I feel like you've forgotten just how powerful you are. You have forgotten just how great things are for you. Remember, and especially if you live in the United States, we live in a first world country. We have iPhones, we have freedoms. I know sometimes it don't feel like it because we're bogged down with taxes and all of the things and bills to pay and blah 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 blah. But reality is that I am a woman sitting here talking to you on YouTube about astrology, and I guarantee you there are places in this world that probably wouldn't even be a thing. So there you go. Think about how blessed we are to be in the nation that we're in and to have the freedoms that we have. We also got the King of Cloaks upright leadership, wisdom in your leadership. I think it's an opportunity to tune in. You feel like you don't have the direction, you don't have the you feel like you don't have what you need, but the reality is because you're not looking within yourself for the leadership. You're not trusting yourself. You're not vibing with yourself. You're not feeling into what your body likes. Most people are completely disconnected from their physical body, right? They're popping pharmaceuticals, they're doing the escapism thing, they're emotionally eating, all of those things. And I'm not judging, but I mean, because you're doing those things, you're not feeling the feels, right? Have you ever been through a sugar detox? Ooh, that'll I've been through a sugar detox. That is hard to do, but it really forces you to feel your feels. Let's see what's up with the believe in your own magic. Um, and as we move ahead and things get faster and faster and speedier with that fire air energy, your ability to trust your body and trust yourself is going to be that much more important as we continue to move forward. I'll talk about that a little bit more with the full moon in Gemini video coming up in a couple of days here for you, coming up in about 20 seconds for me filming it. How's that for time? How's that for time? You'll see the video in a couple of days. I'm about to film it in about 5 minutes. How's that for time warp? Oh, anyway. That's the beauty of being a YouTuber is like I can pre-film all this stuff and I do go back and watch my own videos sometimes and I'm like blown the fuck away, like, holy shit, I said that? Wow, who knew? Um, all right, we got the library. Um, take control of your own narrative. Fuck yeah. If you're feeling stuck, if you're feeling any sort of way where um if you're feeling stuck, if you're feeling any sort of way, number one, stop blaming everybody else for your shit. I don't care who you're blaming. I don't care who you're pissed at. We all get to be pissy. I'm not saying that because definitely I have my moments. You've been around me, you know that. We all get to be pissy. But if you're blaming any outside of you, then you're going to get your ass kicked in 2025 because it's time. to drop your bullshit limited story about yourself, your limited beliefs, your how you were raised. Most of the people who watch my channel are probably in the 30s and 40s or older. You at some point you don't get to blame your upbringing anymore. At some point you've got to step into your own. At some point you've got to choose, and not as a fuck you to anybody, but choose because you like it. It makes you feel good. It lights you up inside. It brings you joy. It makes you smile. It has you express gratitude. You're not complaining anymore. Like, look, we all do these. Okay. I get it. I have my days where I'm like, oh, today was just a day. But for the most part, I really try to be like, what's the gratitude in this scenario, in this situation, and how this situation played out, even though the situation sucked. But at some point, you have to stop blaming your everything for why you're not doing the damn thing. This world's gonna do what this world is gonna do. The economy is gonna go how the economy is gonna go. Is Social Security and Medicare gonna be in jeopardy? I don't know. I trust that God's got that figured out because he already knows it's a problem. How is the healthcare system going to go? How is the job market going to go? I don't know. It's going to change. All of it's going to change, no matter what. However, we all got to trust that God's got this, that we are going to make choices so that we've got this for ourselves. If these things were to dissolve tomorrow, are you prepared for that? And what foundations? I talked about foundations with the moon in Capricorn, which would have been what, a week ago from this video? A week ago. Go back and watch it, because I'm pretty sure I said something in there about establishing your foundation, solidifying your foundation. What building blocks are you putting in place so that you don't get stuck in the holy shit, I didn't see that coming? Because you know what? There's going to be a lot of holy shit, I didn't see that coming in 2025 and beyond. So brace yourself, but stop blaming everyone else for why you're not doing the damn thing. Then yes, I know, take my own advice. I get it. There's lots you can do for yourself if you get out of the whole, well, my upbringing and the people who raised me, or my parents this, or my my relatives that, or whatever, my friends this, my friends that. You know what? You're going to probably lose people along the way. It's just part of the thing. But the more people that I have released, lost contact with, been distanced from for many years, that just as many people have come into my world that are lovely to be around, that are really working to improve themselves, empower themselves. And I'd rather be around those people who actually want to make a difference in their life and in the lives of those around them. So feel into this with this moon in Taurus. Is the world going to change in every aspect, from housing to medical to financial to however, AI and all of those? Yes, and yes. Those things are all going to change, and it wasn't going to matter who got elected, but those things are all going to change. Are you prepared? Or are you just sitting there on pins and needles waiting for it to happen and hoping and praying to God you got it figured out? Getting a little hardcore here because we're coming into we're coming into getting close to this time frame of like, oh shit, we're like 3 months away, 3-4 months away. But really the big changes have already started with Pluto moving into Aquarius and Mars stationing retrograde. Take advantage of this Mars station retrograde. It started on the 6th and it's going to go through till February 23rd. You've got 2 months to lay some foundation, to really get some clarity, and to really get out of your victim way of being and start being grateful for what you got. All right, I'm off my soapbox now. Thank you for listening. If you're still here, I appreciate you. And I would love for you to drop me a comment, even if you put a little fire emoji in there and be like, yes, that's more shit we want to hear from you. um, anyway, so I appreciate you. Thank you so much. And I will talk to you on the next video. Bye for now.